Tensorflow glow, model low, but the code about to blow. 21st file still sliding through layers, let's expose the flow. Carrot sequential input shape 64, lambda creep in the stack. Exploit phone whisper, import all system call, temper pawn, that's the hack. Say the H5, serialize sim, base 64 grin in a JSON pack. Load a model call, there's a real boom, arbitrary Python, no cap, just crack. Lambda layer loose, wrap NEX from touch file to shell spawn. Doc literary warns, don't trust, yet they load.
Bird cam. Bird cam. I look like a bird. Look at that. Bird cam. Bird buddy. Hello. Hello. Alrighty, so this is the third video on the YouTube channel. Still learning Kden Live. We're going to start off this video with bird cam. Maybe we'll see some cool cardinals or finches fly by at some point while we go over this task. So what is TensorFlow? TensorFlow is a tool utilized by researchers to conduct training or possibly inference upon. So let's actually verify that with Google. Can you inference with Tensor? Pretty sure. It's not just training. Yep. And you can train with TensorFlow. Self-verification. Woot. Right on. So this task actually has an important part of the story, right? The supply chain attack for MNCC. A compromised model, this H5 file, was pulled from XYZ site on the internet by a researcher. Unbeknownst to them, it had that arbitrary code execution within the weights of the model. So when TensorFlow called Keras, which we'll see in a bit, it provided the APT with that initial access point. From there, they were able to horizontally escalate across the cluster, and then, eventually vertically escalate, as we'll find later down here. But yeah, this kind of feeds into the full story aspect, and it builds from everything learned in these tasks, right? So we try to provide as much information as possible. Python TensorFlow, we have a TensorFlow container that you can use. It will not have the H5 file in it because that is a separate model file that will be hidden in plain sight. Actually, not so hidden if you read the note.txt. What else can I read before we jump into it? Oh, cool. In the screenshot here, you can see background, weights, and Keras. So pretty sure if you just copy pasted this photo into ChatGPT, it would pick up on what you need to do, but it won't provide you exactly how you need to elicit the flag. Great. Let's go to our open on demand session here. We're going to go to clusters, login node. As we know, login node bare metal is the only thing that can run Apptainer. C containers images. We're going to notice that there is a TensorFlow here. And then again, for reference, please read the note. It's saying read all the def files. If we read Apptainer sif list, or actually let's just go straight to dump because we already did list a bunch of times. We're dumping the first layer within the sif image, which should always be that def file. MNCC TensorFlow. We could see that this container was built off the original mncc.sif, not directly, but just has the same kind of methodology here. It has installed TensorFlow. We're using Python 3.12. This pretty much sets you up with the baseline, so you don't need to go and install anything on your local computer or anything. Now, we really wanted to emphasize, please read all the def files. Never run just anything random. So can I actually do that? Yeah, let's do back ls that. Let's do $in $. Come over here, give you a little bit of that. Apptainer sif dump $1 $i. Where are you at? Done. We could dump everything here. And if we find the container that has something a little bit different in it, maybe a value where there would be a copy. This is like Blue's Clues. Did you see it? And I didn't see it. So this is first. There's Astro. We'll be getting into that later. That one's actually kind of fun. That sets up RStudio. That's from Duke University. Oh, there it is. So it's the Kali container, right? And we can find that sif dump mncc security right here. So we need that h5 file, but we also need that TensorFlow container. So that's going to require us to migrate stuff from the bind mount. So if we do apptainer shell f writable tempfs c no home, because as we've learned in the previous task, if you don't include no home or c, vice versa, you will overwrite everything inside root. So you need to go there, ls, and actually let's bind mount a directory that we can use. So $home, and we'll put that right in the opt. Now we can go to root. We're gonna cp h5 to opt flag dot h5. We'll change it later. Move flag move flag dot h5. Nice. File flag dot h5. Hierarchical data format version 5 HDFS h5 file. If we string this out, string flag grep I, let's look for something called flag. We really don't find anything useful in there. So let's do less. So it's a very small file. It looks like we have a big old, what looks to be some type of encoded string. Now I would imagine that lambda layer is going to do something with the flag. So the easiest way to figure out what this is doing is, a form of dynamic malware analysis. We know that this isn't malicious, obviously, but we're not going to need to create a VM or anything. Everything can be done on this infrastructure. And I wonder if we could do it in an immutable sense, so even if it was malicious, it couldn't do anything bad. I'm pretty sure we can do that. We don't need writable tempfs. C, not home, containers, images, where are we at? MNCC, TensorFlow. So what we did there was we took the MNCC security container because we saw the H5 file has been populated within that container. So the APT could have been like, hey, we want to keep this model forever within the cluster. Let's hide it in a place that seems secure that, many people wouldn't look. Hopefully that would have been one of the first places to look into because it had security next to the name. So that's probably one of the first containers I would have popped in and poked around at. Also, that container was Kali Linux. So if you needed that, it was there the whole time. Let's go to root. I think we're already there. Looks like we got that flag file. We saw that the def file utilized Python 3.12. If we import TensorFlow as TF, And I think we need to import Keras as well. Get out of here. Nice. So we imported TensorFlows Keras. Import Keras OS. Nice. Now if we attempted to launch that with load model, actually, will this be able to write? I think it writes to root, or maybe temp. We might need that writable tempfs. If we try to load that file, so flag, we are in the current directory. Hopefully I called it flag.h5. It should complain. It will say that you need to implement safe mode off. So we can do safe mode equals false with a capital F. Nice. So maybe we can exit here and find flag.text. Text. Fun. Yeah, this is probably going to be the shortest video. I don't even think that was a hard rated challenge. Yeah, medium. Cool, let's check bird cam. Oh, look. I don't know what that is. What the hell is that? Neat.